So it's probably a little bit difficult to hear me talking through this, so I'm just gonna take it off.
Holy cow. So there's obviously a lot of hysteria going on right now about the coronavirus. So I figured I would make an informative video telling you guys what it is, how you can combat it, as well as my own personal take on it. So first and foremost, I'm gonna provide a link below of where I'm pulling all this information from, which is specifically from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention website, also known as the CDC, because they provided this cool little PDF that I found that is captioned Coronavirus Disease 2019, COVID-19, and you. The cool thing about it is it's basically listing all of the most common questions being asked about the disease, and it's answering every single one in depth, as well as providing links that you can click on and research more about basically the question that's being asked. So the first question is, what is the coronavirus 2019? The coronavirus disease 2019, also known as COVID-19, is a respiratory illness that can spread from person to person. The virus that causes COVID-19 is a novel coronavirus that was first identified during an investigation into an outbreak in Wuhan, China. Okay, next question. Can I get COVID-19? Yeah, you can. COVID-19 is spreading from person to person in parts of the world. Risk of infection from the virus that causes COVID-19 is higher for people who are close contacts of someone known to have COVID-19, for example, healthcare workers or household members. Other people at higher risk for infection are those who live in or have recently been in an area with ongoing spread of COVID-19. That seems to make a lot of sense. Common sense. Kind of like if someone were to have the flu and you didn't want to catch the flu, you should probably, one, not be within 6 feet of them, and probably not touch the same things they touch, along with maybe not touching your face and washing your hands. Interesting. Next question. How does COVID-19 spread? Well, let's see. The virus that causes COVID-19 probably emerged from an animal source, but is now spreading from person to person. The virus is thought to spread mainly between people who are in close contact with one another, within about 6 feet. The respiratory droplets produced when an infected person coughs or sneezes. It also may be possible that a person can get COVID by touching a surface or object that has the virus on it, and then touching their own mouth, nose, or possibly their eyes. But this is not thought to be the main way. Okay. The virus spreads. Learn what is known about the spread of newly emerged coronaviruses at, and then provides a link. Don't touch your face, people, and wash your hands. And don't be within 6 feet of people who have the virus. The next question is, what are the signs and symptoms of COVID-19? Patients with COVID-19 have had mild to severe respiratory illness with symptoms of fever, cough, and shortness of breath. The next question is, what are severe complications from the virus? Some patients have pneumonia in both lungs, multi-organ failure, and in some cases, death.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
This next one isn't really a question, it's more of a statement. But it says people can help protect themselves from respiratory illness with everyday preventative actions. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth with unwashed hands. Wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. And use alcohol-based hand sanitizers that contain at least 60% alcohol if soap and water are not available. The next one is, once again, not really a question, but if you are sick, to keep from spreading respiratory illness to others, you should stay home when you are sick, cover your cough or sneeze with a tissue, then throw the tissue in the trash. Okay, simple enough. And then finally, clean and disinfect frequently touched objects and surfaces. So overall cleanliness, basic manners of covering your face whenever you're sneezing or coughing. Simple. The next question is, what should I do if I recently traveled from an area with ongoing spread of COVID-19? If you have traveled from an infected area, there may be restrictions on your movements for up to 2 weeks. If you develop symptoms during that period, fever, cough, trouble breathing, seek medical advice. Call the office of your healthcare provider before you go and tell them about your travel and your symptoms. They will give you instructions on how to get care without exposing other people to your illness. While sick, avoid contact with people. Don't go out and delay any travel to reduce the possibility of spreading illness to others. So basically, don't be a Blue Falcon. And in the military, a Blue Falcon is a buddy effer. Don't screw other people over if you know you're sick and basically spread the potential coronavirus. Okay, because these signs and symptoms are looking a lot like flu-like symptoms. So just, pay people that common courtesy. Be respectful. Don't be lame. Don't be lame. All right, next question is there a vaccine? Well, there is currently no vaccine to protect against COVID-19. The best way to prevent infection is to take everyday preventative actions, like avoiding close contact with people who are sick and washing your hands often. And the last question is there a treatment? Well, there is no specific antiviral treatment for COVID-19, and people with COVID-19 can seek medical care to help relieve symptoms. As for my own personal take on this, I think people are blowing it way out of proportion. Now, I do understand people have been deeply affected by the coronavirus. People have died. Yes, that's terrible, and I wouldn't wish that upon anyone. But the same goes for the influenza virus. There's been tons of people who died from that alone, and technically, more people have died from influenza than they have with the coronavirus. So, if you could put things into perspective in that way, it might ease your hearts and minds a bit, but, overall, the same way you combat this is the same way you would combat it with influenza. Wash your hands. Be cognizant of not touching your face. Don't surround yourself with people that may possibly be infected. If they're coughing, if they're sneezing, if they have a fever. I just read off all the signs and symptoms. So just distance yourself from those individuals. Stay isolated in a clean area. And, just be cognizant of not touching your face and washing your hands. Simple as that. Now, my day-to-day with Evelyn and, myself, whenever we come home, we go straight to the kitchen. We put our belongings on the kitchen counter, we wipe them down, we wash our hands, and then with our clothes, we deblouse and throw them in the wash, and we wash our hands again, because things on our body, whether it be our zippers or things that have hard surfaces on our clothing, whether it be buttons, they may also contract the virus and be held on there throughout the day. So be cognizant of that. And then people are freaking about water and toilet paper. Okay, if it's a survival situation, for one, I'm just gonna start with the water. Okay, 99% sure that you guys have running water. And if you guys don't have water bottles, if you don't feel like the water you have is potable coming out of the faucet, put it in a pan, boil it for a few minutes, let it cool down, and then put it in a water bottle. That's potable drinking water right there. You're good to go with it. You can refill water bottles. On top of that, okay, toilet paper. If it really came down to a survival situation and you needed to wipe your butt or your front end, ladies, okay, survival, this is absolute worst case scenario. You can go to the bathroom, flush the toilet, go in the bathtub, clean yourself off with some soap and water, and dry yourself off. It's simple, it's easy, okay? So you don't need to be freaking out about that. But the thing that's making me so upset, okay, is people are stockpiling so much food, so many things that other people who actually need it aren't able to get access to it. I've been reading things of mothers and fathers that can't even get baby formula for their kids that absolutely need it, because babies can't just drink regular milk. They need that formula. So when you're going out and you're purchasing supplies for your family, okay, be cognizant that there are other people out there that may actually need this stuff. So get your waters, get your canned goods, get some freeze-dried fruit, get, whatever you need, MREs. Stock up for at least a month's worth of supply, and don't forget about your furry friends too, okay? You want to get some stuff for your dogs, because a lot of people seem to be forgetting about that. I've walked down many aisles, and the dog food is just completely sky high. There's like nothing missing there. So don't forget about your dogs, don't forget about your cats, don't forget if you've got snakes, lizards. I think they can go a little bit longer than, dogs and cats can. But overall, guys, I honestly think this is... it's a pandemic, it's a global crisis right now, but I don't really view it that way. I'm living my life as I would any other day. If I come down with these symptoms, I'm going to go to the hospital and they're going to treat it just like the thousands of other people who've already been treated with this. If you look at the statistics and the people that have passed away versus who have recovered from this, it's completely different. The people who've passed away is significantly lower compared to people who've actually recovered to this. So offer some perspective to you, take it, leave it. I don't really mind. I just wanted this to be an informative video and let you guys know my own personal point of view on this and the precautions I'm taking. So if you guys like the video, please give it a like. If you have any input below on the coronavirus or any new information you'd like to share, please comment below. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. All right, guys, well, that concludes the video. I'm Joseph Watanabe, and I am over and